relationships of All About the Grind. I'm sitting here at a family wedding. There's no around. Look, they're all inside partaking of food. So I thought I'd try this live thing out a little bit. There is a not dear friend, dear to heart, but not somebody that I spend every day with. I'm actually going to. He'd been on my heart to try to get on the podcast prior to all this, but he has, and this is openly, so it's not like I'm outing him. He has been dealing with cancer recently, and this man has reached peaks in his fields that I have not reached yet. MMA, and in business, and he's starting to share on Instagram, and I will post his link on this live, and he is sharing some real wisdoms because he's successful. He also has a great pool cleaning business, and he has a food individual supply. I'm butchering it, but it is dynamic, and it's a much more healthier process. I'll post that on there as well, so you guys get to know a little bit about him. And some of the stuff he says has been real impactful to me. I've heard it from others. I've seen it on Instagram. I've seen it from others, like some of you guys may see from me and not know who the heck I am, and I get that. But if we all keep telling that message, it always gets to the right person. And Zach Elkin's message got to me. And I was like, we all run around and we all chase money and and there's nothing wrong with that. We all chase progress and cars and things that in the 90, 100 years that we live, manifest. We're going to live a long time. If we take care of ourselves. This generation and all that's going on, it's going to live a long time, I believe, if we take care of ourselves. And then here's a gentleman who has been in better shape than I've ever dreamed of, and all of a sudden, cancer hits. And it's been interesting to hear him share how little everything else is when it's your life on the line. And it puts things in perspective. And, it's interesting. I was blessed to have a son who has a lot of wisdom. My oldest boy tore his labrum his junior year in high school and gained a ton of wisdoms from going through a year of not playing a game that was his life at that time. He's in 11th grade. He was a good lefty pitcher, had some top D1 schools looking at him, and all of a sudden, bang, he's out his whole junior year, involved, but, you're hurt. So you're always on the sidelines. And then he came back his senior year, and that arm, wasn't all there right away. It was a little rubbery, and it was a struggle, and it was a grind, and he's a lot of the part of why I have this page and the lineage that was before me, my father and those that came before him. I don't like everything about all that, but I do like the grind. And Zach has that grind, and I hope to get him on. I hope to get him, where he can share his experience about not only cancer, but I also would like to follow him and his journey, almost a social media journey, although he's really doing it on his own, so he may not need me. It's not like he needs me anyways. This guy's very successful. But it would be really cool for us at All About the Grind to be able to watch him grow, because I'm going to tell you, I have a belief system that knows that cancer can be beat. And it's not just an, sky god, although I have a higher power than me, absolutely. But I do believe in manifestation, not in an oogity-boogity manifestation, but I believe what we put in has a high impact of what comes out. And that can be scary. You can blow it off, and we will talk about it. Matter of fact, we will talk about it this week on All About the Grind this Monday night. I'm going to sit down alone, and I've got some topics to go over and topics to talk about. I'm about ready to start doing lives. That's why I'm doing this, because ultimately each one of my episodes will be live episodes because we don't edit them at all. And so I would love to have live where I'm sitting here having people that are watching live and commenting and disagreeing and saying what an idiot I am and saying how awesome I am. I like the awesome part much better than the idiot part. What? I'm a middle child. What do you want from me? And so I'm going to do more lives, and they'll start with zeros. That's sort of the grind. I didn't expect to have 71. I'm going to put that back a little bit. Oh, that's bright. I didn't expect to have 71. Can you hear me? I didn't expect to have 71 subscribers. And here we sit. My first goal was 32. 32 subscribers. That came pretty quick. And now we sat at 71 here for a minute or two. I'm not really trying to grow the channel, although the channel I think will grow. That's pretty cool. I'm not looking for advertisers. I'm not looking for sponsors. I want it to stay authentic. That doesn't mean money won't come, but if it comes, it'll come authentically and organically. And I don't really care. Right now, this is a healthy spot for me. And so ever since I was a young man, I watch people. And I learned a lot about and am who I am a lot from watching people. Some I knew well, some I didn't. Some were my father, and some were people that were just in my life at a young age. And so that sort of carried on as I've gotten older. And I've practiced it in my 20s and my 30s, and it made me a really good student to business people, and I was able to learn. He doesn't really authentic. He's just been on my mind. I've been sitting out here, and I know him to be a great father. I know him to be a great businessman. He's actually a grandfather now, and he is a stud. Guy's got like a knot on the arm, And I was 305 pounds when I first met him, and his daughter and my daughter were on the same dance team in the same high school. And he picked at me, obviously. But I'd have a hot dog or two in my hand and mess with him because I knew he was a real health nut. And here I sit now, down all the way to